ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of the Contnt podcast. My name is Tyler. This is Ethan. And today we're going to be talking about October goals, things we're doing outside the podcast, and just things we want to talk about in general. But to get right into it, we're in the first week of the new month.
Somehow already.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And, it's October. A lot of people set goals for October. I know a lot of people do Sober October. Have you set any goals for yourself for this month?
So I have set a goal.
Okay.
The goal is to hit 150 subscribers by the end of the month.
Very doable.
Which is very doable. And it leads me into sub goals too, which
Okay.
would be getting our consistent 2 videos out a week.
Awesome.
Getting on a strict filming schedule, which we are struggling with.
Definitely so.
So, just making this our main focus and starting to get the ball rolling.
Definitely. And I think that also if we build out like a marketing plan for it and like just like pushing out content like on all platforms, it's really going to help us grow.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to have to sit down and really map out. Because to be honest, we haven't done that yet.
Not yet. No, I don't think we haven't sat down and just like had that time of
just figuring
this is our plan.
Yeah. So definitely need to be getting stuff out on Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
And just being more, just advertising it more.
Definitely. And I think it's even crazy to think that we didn't do a post about it on either of our personal pages or the non-content page, and we still like almost got 100 views.
Yeah, we'll get it probably by the end of next week.
Yeah,
So
I think it's been up for 3 days, and I think it's
so,
like 81 or 82.
Which
views.
I am again impressed that we did that without promoting it.
Yeah, that still like blows me away, and
it's terrible on our part, but
we like got 17 subscribers out of it too.
Yeah.
Like I love how we're like talking like we're so small, and we're so small, but it's just like these little small wins are like huge for us.
No, dude. Once we hit 100, and then once we hit 200, it's just every single one of those like steps that we're gonna hit is just gonna motivate us more.
Oh, 100%.
To just be like,
imagine when we hit like that 1,000 mark.
Dude.
You're like, we have 1,000 subscribers? Are you kidding me?
Well, you know what's crazy? That's 1,000 people that are just watching you.
Yeah. And like it's gonna be super exciting to see like the fan base grow and just the people coming back for wanting to see more of us, talk about whatever we talk about.
Well, and our first video was 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And we had 4.5 hours of views.
Which is awesome.
So that means people have spent 4.5 hours watching us
talk about ourselves.
Yeah, not really knowing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Still not knowing really what we're doing.
Yeah, we're winging it, but we're having fun at the same time. That's what matters most.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what matters most.
So those are my goals.
That's awesome.
What are your goals this month?
So some of my goals this month are I have a new wake surf movie coming out at some point of the month. I'm not done editing it quite yet, but it's called A Summer to Remember. It's about a wake surf movie about my neighbor and his son. It's not like there's no like dialogue or anything. It's just more of like the action shots of it all. It's just kind of like the more just like very intense moments. And I'm really excited for people to see it. And I'm like building out actually like a whole marketing plan for it and like how I could really like blow this movie up to potentially get me more work or like have companies reach out to me, especially who are in that space of the wake surfing community and stuff like that. Because I love filming action sports. That's my main thing. And for me to like really dive headfirst into the action sport community and be a big filmer and big like all these companies come to me to film stuff for their athletes or whatever, it would be huge. So the goal is for me for this film is just like to drop some of my work out there, because I haven't dropped a YouTube video in over a year, to be honest. And so
is it throughout the summer season?
So we started filming end of June, early July, and we filmed probably 4 or 5 times together. So it's just pretty much what it's going to be is just a big compilation of all of my favorite clips that I've taken of him and his son this past year. And there's a bunch of drone shots, a bunch of GoPro shots. So I'm excited for people to see what's going to be released here in the next week or so. I'm trying to push it out by next week. So
okay, that's exciting.
I don't know exactly the date yet, but when I do, I'll let everybody know. So
you also have that other project though. Polaroids by Ty.
Yeah, so I do have the Polaroids by Ty project. That's just it's a fun little project for me, and it's crazy how it all came to be. I was out with my buddy Alex, and he was getting a haircut. Yeah. And he was like, he's like, hey, can you kill 15 minutes while I get a haircut? And I was like, yeah, sure. So then I went to Camus Antiques, bought this Polaroid, and and I wasn't even planning on buying anything, but it just caught my eye and I wanted to do it. But come to find out that film is more expensive than how much I bought the camera for. So I've been focusing on that, and I wanted to grow my Polaroid collection a lot more. I think for me, it's just the Polaroids. What's so special about them is, when we were kids, our mom and dads had like physical pictures of us, like when we were little, and just like capturing those little moments that we can look back on. And I think that's what it is for me. It's just like the Polaroid is an outlet for me to capture these moments I have with my friends, with my family, any favorite moments I have.
There's something different about like, they're scrolling through photos on your phone.
Yeah.
And then there's having a stack of photos.
Yeah.
And then just going through the stack of photos.
Exactly. It's having a physical picture is so much better than looking on somebody's phone, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And so for me, like later down the line, my phone will break. I'll pretty much lose all those photos on that
that's
phone.
What happened to me. I've had a phone that has tons of photos.
Yeah. And so like for me, it's just like now I have this whole collection that I get to show my kids or like my future self later on. But I get to look back at those photos. I'm like, that was such a great memory I had in that very moment. So, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm going to try to keep growing it more and more. Honestly, for me, my goal is to post every single day of October, but I've only posted one day out of the month so far. So I got to catch up on this goal a little bit. But there's more to come for Polaroids by Ty.
That's exciting. So you're talking about like, you like to have physical photos because you can remember the experience that came to it. Yeah. What is your favorite photo that you've taken so far that had a great experience to it?
So I've actually posted it, but it's in a reel. And I'm not going to say the specific one because I like the people to keep wondering which one it is, but it's in one of the reels on Polaroids by Ty account. It's one of my favorites, and the story behind it is like it's so beautiful and it's so awesome. And it was a photo that started it all, and that's the name of the photo. It's the photo that started it all, but nobody knows which one it is, which is really cool. But I've yet to release make an actual post of that Polaroid. Yeah. But when it comes to my second favorite one, I got a brand new Polaroid for my birthday from my mom, and with the new Polaroids, you could do the whole light painting thing. And so we went out on my birthday, and I tested out the whole light painting feature of it. And my buddy Alex was like, "Oh, you should do a stick figure, like draw a stick figure out." And so I drew a stick figure out across my body, and the Polaroid came out so good, and we called it the extraterrestrial. And it was so awesome. It's one of my favorite photos.
I've seen that one because light painting is the coolest thing, in my opinion.
So cool.
Favorite thing that you can do on a Polaroid.
Yeah.
Or any camera in general.
Definitely. It's weird how you can like having a longer exposure can like pretty much make a painting out of a picture. And it's just, you can get so creative with it. Like I have yet to post this one, but we've made an angel one, which is really cool. And we're like learning all these new little tricks that we can do to make the photo better. But I think it's gonna later down the line, I want to like make reels about the kind of the backstory of the photos.
What you do is you have a segment where you're talking about it, and then you're explaining the experience to have it, and you should record while you're taking it, like record a video of you doing it and all that.
Yeah, I really want to do that. It's like, but then I gotta think of it like, oh, I'm the cameraman, or like I gotta have somebody be the cameraman
you would have
for me.
be the cameraman,
yeah, it's just fine. But yeah, eventually down the line, I want to like start pushing myself when it comes to the Polaroids by Ty, and making like reels about the story behind the photo and like how we got that photo. So later down the line, we'll do that. But for me, like the whole point of Polaroids by Ty is capturing memories of my life that mean the most to me. So, and that's what we're doing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But, what's funny about Polaroids by Ty is, I don't know if you've seen the new Jeffery Dahmer series.
Have not.
Oh,
People
my God.
People tell me to see it. I'll get to it.
I wouldn't say it's a good series, but it's just wild. And I think it would be bad to say it was good because of what it's about. Yeah, what it's about. It's like it'd be kind of hard for me to say it's good. Yeah, but it's just a wild ride you're gonna have on it. But in the first episode, I was watching there's not a spoiler alert here. He's like taking photos of this guy that's in his apartment.
Yeah.
And I look over and like there's a scene of him taking photos and it's the same exact Polaroid that I have. And I made a TikTok about it and everything. And it was just like, but it was so wild to see. I was like, oh my God, like I bought this camera like a few months ago before the show came out.
Yeah.
And then like coming to find out it was the same one they used in the show. It was like, how bizarre.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's super awesome to see the account grow and everything. And yeah, it's wild. But I want to ask you a little bit more about the podcast.
Yeah.
So how would you want the podcast to grow? And like, what do you kind of see it? Like, what's your envision for the future for this?
The future of the podcast. What do I see? So I want to be able to be mobile. I want to be able to, if we need to, go rent out a place. Like,
okay.
Like be able to travel and have other people on the podcast. And obviously if we're traveling and having other people, we won't be able to do it here.
Mm-hmm.
So just being able to just be mobile.
Yeah.
Bring the podcast somewhere else, rent out a place, have the money to rent out a place.
So like, when you say like mobile, like where exactly do you want to go? Like, do you want to like go to college campuses or is it more like, are you just saying?
So I do have an idea for college campuses.
Okay.
I do have an idea of well, it wouldn't be the podcast. It's a different type of video, but I do have an idea for it. I don't want to say what it is. I kind of want to save it till we do it.
Kind of like work on it, like
fine-tune
it a little bit more. Yeah,
that's what I need. I need to fine-tune it.
Yeah.
But I have a general idea of what I want to do. And I've talked to people about it, and they say that could be good.
Yeah.
So I do want to wait to obviously reveal that until we get to the point where we can do that.
Definitely.
But, and with doing that video, like traveling to college campuses, we can have like the podcast will also be something we're doing.
Definitely.
And it will always be something we're doing.
Definitely.
So it wouldn't be directly correlated to my idea, but just being able to travel across the country to other places and having like local people or, even if we get to the point where we can have celebrities on here.
Yeah.
Just being able to go places.
So speaking of celebrities, who would be your like dream guest to interview or have on the podcast?
Honestly, having Impulsive would be pretty fun.
Like having like Logan Paul in them?
Yeah.
Really?
Just
or
the
like
whole trio.
The whole trio?
The whole trio.
Wow. I would not expect you to say that. Like I was like anybody in the world and I was like, all right, hey, that's awesome. No,
it'd just be fun. Because like here's the thing, we would learn from that.
Oh God, yeah.
Just being able to talk to them about how they started.
Well, they've been in the YouTube space for so long, and they know like the ins and outs of YouTube, how to work it. They've met a lot of these big celebrities and stuff.
Well, yeah, and it would just be awesome just to be, coached in a way.
Yeah. What's funny about, speaking of Logan Paul, a little side note.
Yeah.
So he just sold his house, right, in LA. You know who bought it? Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox.
Really?
Yeah, so now they own his house in LA. I'm like, what do you know?
So that's terrible, though, because his address got out there.
Oh, well.
That's what he was saying. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, I don't know if that was a great
they probably
choice
should not
when it
have
comes
announced
to
that.
Buying a house over there, or especially Logan Paul's house.
But it was a nuts house, though.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, I think a really cool guest to have would be not like a YouTuber, not anybody like that, but I think when it comes to us, like, I think for me, I'm in the action sport. Like I really love all the action sport people. But art, and then also like, just like for me, I love videos. I love like filmmaking and stuff. The one person I would love, it would be my dream guest, Cole Bennett. Cole Bennett by far. He's the guy who made Lyrical Lemonade. He's the guy who like made all the videos for Juice WRLD when he was still alive. Like and the stuff he does is just so crazy, and like just to see what he built over the past like 10 years pretty much is insane. Like, yeah, or 9 years. I think they just have.
Can't wait till we get to the point where we can have those guests on there.
Yeah, imagine like we grow so much and be like, oh, like, can you hop on our podcast?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
My like little like kid self would be like mind exploding.
Oh, exactly. Dude, it would be nuts.
Yeah. So, but.
Dude, we're getting there. We're going to get there.
Slowly but surely we'll get there, and we'll grow more and more, and we'll have more fun with this. And I think as time goes on, these podcasts will get 10 times better.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got to get to the point where we create a fan base.
Yeah. That's going to be so like, that's always
that is weird to think
so
about.
crazy to me, and like so weird to think about is like, what if people start liking our podcast so much that they become like fans of the podcast, and you're like, and they keep coming back to see us and like what we have to talk about that day. Like my brain just explodes about that idea. Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. It's going to be one hell of a time, and I think it's gonna be worth it all. Like all the work that we're about to put in is gonna pay off a year down the line.
Dude, that like getting to the point where we can like look back at like the progress we've made. I can't wait till we get there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, even like next month, like in a month, like November, just looking at what we did in October and just seeing how much we've grown since then. Because I know we're going to grow extremely much in like a month, just us personally and how we do the podcast, how comfortable we are with the podcast.
It's just us. And the other thing is too about like growing is being consistent.
Exactly.
Like keeping like on a strict schedule, keep posting on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, like YouTube, like everything. And like if you keep grinding at that, eventually you're going to hit that big time ticket. And you're like, imagine like, because like look at the space we have now. Maybe in a year, this would be a completely different space and a completely different house or whatever. Like, it's just like you never know where this is going to be. And
it's just exciting to think about.
Do you ever think about this could be our like this is like our ticket out
every single day?
Really? Every single day. This is our ticket out of like where we are, our situation
now.
Yeah, where we are now.
Like every single day, I go, man, this could be our ticket out of here. This could be our ticket to something new. Something fun.
Yeah, I think
exciting.
I think it's gonna be so exciting to see this grow, and if it's our ticket out, I'm so glad I'm here.
Dude. Well, the first time when we move studios, if we get to the point where we can move studios, that first step is gonna be nuts.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna probably be the most exciting thing.
Or like even like upgrading our camera equipment and like having like because like right now we're using our iPhones for like these cameras. And like this camera is like a DSLR, so we can have like a good shot of both of us. Yeah. But like imagine like we had like a 3-camera setup with like really nice cameras and just everything like that. That'd be just insane.
You know, I've actually recently found out a lot of YouTubers use iPhones.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah. I was like scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah, it was like, a podcast. It was with that one dude that used to do like the family vlogs.
Was he? Or I think we might be thinking of the same video. Was he like, oh, I have like 26 iPhones.
26 iPhones.
And you're like, you have 26 iPhones just like filled with storage because that's where he used to film his podcast. Yeah, insane.
Like, that's nuts.
Like imagine you have so much content on your phone that you have
to just buy a new phone.
Buy a new phone. Yeah.
Like 26 new phones.
What? That's crazy to me, but. Hey,
iPhone cameras are just getting so far advanced.
Oh, 100%.
It's just easier.
Oh, definitely. Like what we're doing now with this and everything is just like, this is a start. And like down the line, we might even have a whole entire studio dedicated.
And a crew. Yeah, we'll have people behind the cameras.
Yeah.
Operating sound.
My brain will explode when the day comes.
Oh, that's going to be the dream when that happens.
I think it would be a very proud moment for the both of us.
Oh, dude.
So proud.
Real. I just like by the end of the year, it was just like I'm thinking of like New Year's Eve, just thinking about like what we're gonna make of the next year is gonna be an exciting moment too.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. And I think that the more people get to know us, the more that we start growing. Yeah, like just the ideas that are already coming to my head of like,
dude, no, what we can do that's for me this. Constantly. I'm always constantly thinking of ideas for the future. And it's making me struggle to think of ideas for the present. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Is there anybody anybody in particular that keeps you like motivated or like you look up to them so highly?
I wouldn't say somebody. It is really the thing of what's keeping me motivated is I want to create a successful business. I want this to be a successful business venture, and that keeps me motivated.
I love that idea. And I'm so happy that you brought me along on this journey, and so I'm so happy to see where me and you can take this.
Exactly. Like obviously I look at people and I take inspiration from them.
Oh, most definitely.
But there's no one like that. I'm like I want to be exactly like that. I want to create something of my own.
Like you take the good traits of a singular person, like I really value this trait about you, and so like I'm gonna apply it to myself. But like you don't want to be a photocopy of that person.
No. And like I respect like the work that people put in, and I see that, and I go, all right, that's the kind of work ethic I want to put into this.
Oh, definitely. And I think work ethic is a huge thing when it comes to, especially when it comes to like creating content and like anything you do in life. Like your work ethic is huge.
Well, yeah, it kind of builds character. It builds who you are. Mm-hmm. And if you have a good work ethic, you're going to be successful.
Yeah. What's so crazy. So I was reading something up about Juice WRLD, out of all people.
Yeah.
And his work ethic was so crazy that he made over like 2,000 or 3,000 songs before he died. And like some artists like dream of that, but he made it from like what? He started like 18 to 21. He made 3,000 songs.
Yeah. And like,
that means
not even a fraction of them are released.
Yeah, and like think about that. That's like he's in the studio. That means he's in the studio every single day recording. He's just literally making multiple songs a day because there's only 365 days out of the year. So like in the matter of 18 to 21, like he made 3,000 plus songs. Like that's insane to me. Like that work ethic is just like I inspire for that work ethic.
Yeah, and it comes to the point of consistency. You know, you consistently put it out there. Eventually, you are going to get that golden ticket opportunity.
Definitely.
Where it just blows up.
Yeah, and I'm excited.
And that's what you have to depend on. You do have to depend on, getting that golden ticket. But with that, you do have to put in the work to get there.
Yeah.
Some people obviously get there lucky.
Yeah, they get lucky.
It happens. But if they don't continue that work ethic after that, they fall off.
Oh, yeah. And I definitely think that, people go viral. Like
exactly.
They go mega viral, and then like they like ride the hype train a little bit, and they stop posting content, or they don't,
or they try to post the same thing over and over again and not thrive for higher quality.
Yeah, they're not evolving.
Production.
They're not evolving themselves.
Yeah.
They're not like trying to like make a new trend about themselves. Like they're like, oh, and like it's almost like milking something too much. Like like creators I've seen lately, it's like they'll take this one thing, or like they'll go viral for this one thing, and they'll milk it so much where it's just like, dude, you like make some new content for the first time. Like make some, like you can do this. Like, I want to see new content from you because like you're a great creator, but like you deserve to, like, I want to see more from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you think that's a wrap?
Yeah.
I think it's a good place to.
Yeah, it's a good place.
A good place to end it.
No, we got more stuff to talk about. We can save it.
I think we should save it for the next week.
Yeah.
It's next week's podcast, because if we get this out before the end of the week, or maybe just release it on Monday.
Yeah, try to release Monday, and then we'll try to get another one out by Friday.
Yeah. So
Monday, Friday.
Yeah, Monday, Friday would be a really good schedule for us.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, on that note,
thank you guys for watching.
I think we have to look at these cameras because this one's dead. But hey, thank you guys for watching. You guys mean a lot to us, whoever is watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
We'll see you next time.